Diaries. I am very quickly becoming concerned about this Arsenal team. Very quickly starting to accept that they are just levels above where we are at right now. And we are falling so far behind Spurs fans. With this news dropping, it's a tough realization right now in the world of North London. Arsenal have confirmed the signing of Victor Gyokeres. The here we go has arrived from Fabrizio Romano. See, they've even got me stuttering now. I'm lost for words. Can't believe what I'm seeing right now. They've Sporting accept last bid from Arsenal for 63.5 million euros. This isn't even pounds. 55 million pounds. We paid 50 or 40, 45 million for Brennan Johnson, who won us a trophy. So I've got nothing to say about him. But it's an amazing deal. What a signing this will be for Arsenal. They also paying 10 million pounds or 10 million euros in add-ons. In add-ons, as the agent will reduce his commissions. Gyökeres will sign a 5-year deal at Arsenal. He only wanted Arsenal. So obviously clarifying just there with Man United making a late approach for him, as well as Sporting trying to push him out to some other clubs. There was only one club that he wanted, and that was Arsenal. Now, the reason why this is such a huge signing for Arsenal, and this is literally them filling the missing piece to the jigsaw, is for so many years now. So many years, ever since that season, I think the first season where they finished second, you know, when they had Martinelli score 16 goals, had Saka score 18 goals, had Odegaard score 15 goals. It was like, this team is so good attacking. They don't need a striker. Gabby Jesus is pitching in with a 9 and 10 on top of the rest of the front three scoring them. We were sold that Arsenal don't need nobody to play in the 9. That's what we were told. And then obviously, as the seasons have played out since then, the 2 years, Arsenal finished second, but the attacking output and the fluidity has dropped drastically. They've just not looked the same as they did that year. Arteta has got more and more pragmatic across the seasons. So when you're watching Arsenal play, the one thing that remains consistent amongst all fan bases is they need a striker. Now, they obviously tried to make it work with Kai Havertz in the past, signing him for 6. They spent more money on Havertz than they are on Gyökeres. More money on Havertz after his Chelsea stint than what they've spent on Gyökeres. So for some people, they're going to say, why did it take us so long? Some Arsenal fans are going to say it took so long because we got the price down from originally 85 to 95 or 85 to 75 or whatever it is, which is cool. Arsenal had a saving. They got a price that they wanted to pay, and it worked out. They're now in a position where going into this season, all the pressure is on them. Obviously, Liverpool have a lot of pressure too because of the massive window they've had, just confirming Ekitike a few days ago. So they've took their transfer spend upwards of 250 million. Arsenal now doing the same, taking their transfer spend upwards of 200 million. You're now looking at two teams who have to win stuff next year. Now, for Liverpool, the pressure isn't as tough as it is for Arsenal because they've just won a Premier League. Now, Liverpool will always be pushing for whether it be a Premier League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League. They always push for a trophy and they tend to pick up one. With Arsenal, they've not picked up a trophy since 2020. And that was the FA Cup in the first 6 months that Arteta started his job. He's now not won a trophy in the 5 years preceding that. And he's put himself in a very tough position because now they're done. They're ready to see the backside of him. But some of them are giving him that one last chance with a striker, with Victor, man like Gyokeres himself. Mr. I score goals for fun. My goal per game ratio in the last 2 seasons is 1+. He scores every single game. This guy is an elite goal scorer. We saw what happened when Haaland went to Man City. We saw what happened when an elite goal scorer gets into a team that just is ready, has got the wingers, has got the attackers, has got the defense. This signing will make Arsenal, or could I should say, make Arsenal dominate the league. Last year, they only lost 2 to 3 games in the Premier League. So we know losing games wasn't too much of a problem. It was just here and there, they'd pick up the odd loss. But draws were their huge issue. A lot of games where they've got 1-1 stalemates, 0-0 stalemates. They just struggled to get over the line because they didn't have that person that would finish the chance when they just have 1 or 2 chances in a game. When it's a very tight game and there's only 1 or 2 chances to separate them, you just need an elite goal scorer like we had with Kane that would score that chance and then you win the game. And that's your difference maker. They've been lacking that. They've had Kai Havertz up there who's just missed chance after chance after chance. And although Havertz, for some, Havertz has done a good job because he scored 14 goals one season, 15 in another season. That's a fairly good job for some. It's not been the job they've been needed to get them over the line. They've still not won a trophy till now. They've still not managed to lift the big ears. Any ears, in fact. They've not had armpits up in the air for a while. But Victor Gyökeres, how I see this working out is when I look at that attack, you've got Saka, who Saka, for me, has got one of the best football IQs in the Premier League, if not world football. He knows where to be. He knows what to do with the ball. He knows how to make it effective. He's never going to have a problem when he's looking up in the box and seeing Gyökeres in there. A guy who, I wouldn't call him a fox in the box striker because I think he's very good in the transition. I think he's good at taking on his man. He's got a good little dribble. I think he's really good at finding little yards of space to create a shot and then just score. And that's where I think Arsenal are going to benefit for him from more than anything. It's on the edge of the box. It's in the transition. It's when Saka's running through and he needs someone to pass to and he needs someone that he can rely on to win the ball or maybe dominate the air. Gyokeres is going to come in and give them that option. If you look at his goals, so his ball striking ability is second to none. I know not a lot of people rate him, but Rashford's ball striking is up there as like top in the Premier League. Like his ability to just whack the ball and it fly into the top bins is that's what Gyökeres has. 99 shot power. So you see when he finds that yard of space in the box, don't be surprised you see a defender step to the side because they're not ready and they don't want to go on and mess up with my man. Like, my man's Gyökeres for a reason. The shots them have power. The buying behind that shot is real. It's real. And it's going to be real going into the season. Manchester United, you are the jokes. Because this was the man that you chased after. You thought you might get for the past 6 months or so ever. They're saying, yeah, we can get Gyökeres. We're a big club. We can get Gyökeres. We're a big club and all this rubbish. You're now going to have to stop him on the first game of the season. The first test is going to be against your club, against your centre-backs. So lend me a euro. Good luck. Good luck. Man like Delight is going to be turning into Muller Light. Yeah? You're going to be Delight after this because you got dealt with. Man got dealt with like a dessert. Man, Gyökeres turned you into a whipped cream, bruv. Man said D-like. Waste, man. The man are absolutely going to get chefed up. And yeah, man, look, people, I'm going to be honest. I am extremely worried about going up against this Arsenal team this season. I need to see some more statement signings from Tottenham because Arsenal have made a few. And I've heard they're not just going to stop there. Mosquera's coming in soon, so that's another backup at the back. If they sign any more attackers, it's not just the Premier League that will need to be concerned. It might need to be the world of football. I'm not going to lie. But hey, people, look, that's just my opinion. Big up for everyone that's tuned in till now. Make sure you slap the like button on the video. Tap the post notification bell to stay up to date with all transfer news. And we are on the road to 5K, real close to 3. So if you can subscribe, you'll appreciate it. Will be much supported. And yeah, man. Gyökeres to Arsenal. It's scary.